Nana moves forward, likewise Make-up Lady. Couple to move in, they are Rich Reverie along with Hugh Tumac. Rich Reverie's moved in, Hugh Tumac the only one behind the line. Race over 1,000 metres, the first division of the short maiden handicap. Hugh Tumac moves in, and that completes the line. Set for a start in the first here. The light on and they're racing this time. Slow to go there was Cafe Etoile. African Idol, one of the first to bounce away with showing pace as well, the grey Sylvania. Miss Bletchmere settling just in behind them with Start the Show wide on the track. They're followed by further back in the field as they settle down into stride. Along the rails came Revenue Boy, followed by further back in the field, then just up ahead of them was Rich Reverie. They're followed by getting back out of its ground, then came Cafe Etoile on the rails. A length and a half away then was Winged In, followed by Apollo Drive, and last of all is Rare Display. They're about to round the home turn in the first, and African Idol being challenged now on the outside by Sylvania, who's moved up quickly. They're followed by and behind the Make-up Lady making ground, and further back then was Revenue Boy. Over on the inside, African Idol with 200 metres to go is in front. Make-up Lady grabbing it in the centre, and wider out finishing on well is Rich Reverie, going to the lead. Make-up Lady near the line. Rich Reverie trying hard, but Make-up Lady wins the first. Flashing home for second, Start the Show. Third placing back in the centre would have gone to Rich Reverie. They're followed by in behind them to pull up was Hugh Tumac, then African Idol. Further back Sylvania, followed by in behind them Revenue Boy. Then Miss Bletchmere Winged In, well back out of it with Apollo Drive. Well back out of its ground as well there as they pull up was Cafe Etoile. And it was one of the last in with Athanana, always well back. Stand by for the placings on the first event on the program. Second event, the short maiden handicap, about half the field in. Cash On moves up. Solomonic still behind the line. Solomonic about to join the line with Joac. Joac joins the line now. Springfield Flyer is our inside runner. Next along will be Bold Scamp. Bold Scamp about to join the line. Brucale will be the only other one to join the line, and they'll be set for a start in the second event on the program, the short maiden handicap. Now the last one has moved in and they're set for a start. Race number 2, the short maiden, they're set, they're racing this time. Dealer's Touch missed the start, and coming away smartly there towards the inside was Springfield Flyer, along with showing pace Slipper's Domain in the early stages. Up there as well as Bold Scamp settling down into stride. They're followed by over on the outside was Joac, followed by in behind them. Then along the rails came Frontaletto. Then Atlantic Affair on the outside, followed by going forward is Windbreaker. Solomatic getting back out of its ground, followed by Cash On. Then further back in the field as they come down the side there was Proud Sport. It's back amongst the tailenders along with Slipper's Domain, now hard ridden with Brucale, and last of all is Dealer's Touch, are about to round the home turn. Bold Scamps moved up on the outside and grabbed the lead from Springfield Flyer. Then further back came Frontaletto, followed by Joyous Tune, and further back then was Joac. 150 metres to go. Bold Scamp is clear. Springfield Flyer is running second, followed by Joyous Tune finishing on, but down to the line and Bold Scamp gets the money. Bold Scamp by 2 lengths, Joyous Tune. Up on the outside, racing home for third, there was Proud Sport from a long way back. Then in behind them came Atlantic Affair, Frontaletto. Then Springfield Flyer, Joack. In behind them then to pull up was Windbreaker. Then Cash On, Solomatic, followed by further back then. In the field came Dealer's Touch, and Brucale was back amongst the tail enders with Heroic Hero never in it. And back towards the rear too was Slipper's Domain. Wait the numbers on the second event on the program. You'll find that Bold Scamp will get the money here, number 10. Number Now, Dr. Podger was the one obscured there behind the ambulance. It's moved in now, and now they're set for a start in race number 3. Set and racing this time. Brown's Ferry came away okay towards the inside. It'll be one of the leaders settling down with showing pace as well. Up on the outside was Shamila Boy. They're followed by going forward as well Zingaro King in the early stages. Just in behind them Gabonia, followed by on the outside then was Shelley's Serenade settling down into stride. Then back along the inside as they go down the side of the track there would have been Showered. Followed by over on his outside was Dr. Podger. They're followed by further back in the field, getting back out of its ground was Tarcombe Hazard, followed by in behind them then the rails Jedica Hard Ridden. They're followed by getting well back out of its ground then towards the rear now is Zingaro King, and commencing a run from well back is Fry Sensation. They're about to round the home turn, and the leader down on the inside is Brown's Ferry's driven through to lead. In second placing, getting right up along the inside now came Prelone Girl and Fry Sensation there as well, and wider out on the track finishing on well as well was Shamila Boy. Driving up along the inside now is Fry Sensation. Making ground quickly though from well back is Jedica. Jedica races up, grabs the lead, and Jedica's won. Come from near last. Second place and give it to Showered up along the inside. Shamila Boy would have been third from Dr. Podger, Shelley Serenade. Then in behind them came Brown's Ferry, who weakened. Prelone Girl also weakened in the run home. Then Fry Sensation, followed by further back in the field then to pull up would have been Flyweight. Gabonia knocked up. Followed by back out of its ground then was Tarcombe Hazard, Minapa Maid, and knocking up Big Romeo. Stand by for the placings on race number 3 on the program.
Sydney betters, market changes.
Well back in the field coming to the home turn there with about 4. Now, Romantic Symbol to join the line out wide, Berry Ladd to move in, and Caladonte is the only other one out of line, and then they'll be set at the 1100 metre mark for the Short Improvers Handicap. Now, Caladonte has moved in, and they're set for a start. Race number 4 on the program, the Short Improvers Handicap. Inside runner is Switch On Rock. How I Wonder stands well. They're ready. They're racing this time. Switch On Rock missed at half a length. Driving away fast, Divine Star all lead settling down. From up on the outside, Wings of the North in the early stages. They're followed by Tariana settling just in off the pace, wide around the Via Cadolo. Then follows further back then on the inside was Don Tate Line. Over on the outside then in the field came Mr. Chant. They're followed by getting back along the inside then came further back in the field was Switch On Rock. It's starting to go forward now. They're followed by a length and a half away was How I Wonder Special Recipe. Then It's Eggs on the outside, followed by Romantic Symbol, and Berry Ladd drops out to last of all. Down the side, a good charge. Wings of the North has got to the lead. Over on the outside in second placing is Via Cadolo out after it. Then further back running on was D-Tot Line on the home turn. In the straight though, and racing through on the inside now, and driving to the lead, it's Wings of the North, it's in front. Racing home well is Divine Star behind it there, followed by Via Cadolo trying hard, but in the run home it's Wings of the North clear. Wings of the North coming away again on the line. Wings of the North scores by about 2 lengths on the line. Divine Star second. Tariana made ground out wide for third, followed by Denton Line. Then follows in behind them Special Recipe. Via Cadolo, followed by wider out was Step Mark. Then in behind them the pull-up was Switch On Rock, followed by Romantic Symbol, It's Eggs back out of its ground. Then Caladonte, followed by Berry Ladd, who was always well back out of it with How I Wonder, and Mr. Chan knocked up to finish last of all. Wait the numbers here on race number 4 on the program. You'll find Wings of the North will get the verdict. And it's in the frame now. Number 3, Wings of the North, is the winner. Now we see Golden Artist about to join the line. Obsidian Blade is in. Toby Bay will complete the line in barrier 14. Obsidian Blade a little bit fractious in the stalls. Comedy Special, the inside runner here with Blue Lapel. Set for Gold is ready with also set Love Lad. They're set, they're racing this time at Colac. Comedy Special began well down near the inside. Love Lad, and also showing pace shortly after the start was Petrick Road. Driving through as well the grey Misty Ghost, settling down into stride. Ava's Legend is handy, followed by further back, trapped a little wide there, is St. Florian as they head towards the back. They're followed by getting back on the rails then was Golden Artist as they head over towards the back of the track. Then further back in the field on the outside was Toby Bay. A length and a half away then the Magnate, followed by Comedy Special. Length and a half away then Don't Bug Me, followed by Set for Gold, and tailing the field is Blue Lapel. Along the back of the track they go, and over on the outside the grey Misty Ghost is ahead in front of Petrick Road, retaining the inside. 3 lengths away then came Canterbury, followed by further back in the field then over on the outside then or driving through on the rails now came Love Lad. They're followed by Ava's Legend wider out. Further back then along the inside came Golden Artist. Then came further afield on the outside as they go down the side was Misty Ghost. A length and a half away then came the Magnate, Comedy Special improving. Then came Set for Gold, Don't Bug Me, and back out of its ground in last placing is Blue Lapel. 300 metres to go prior to turning for home, and down on the inside Canterbury, the top weight, has now taken the lead. Ava's Legend is out after it. Then further back in the field Petrick Road battling on. Canterbury's clear though with 200 metres to go. It's 3 lengths in front. Ava's Legend, Petrick Road trying hard, and further back Love Lad with a long run down the outside. It's Canterbury in front, it's stopping. Love Lad's grabbing it on the outside. Love Lad races to the lead, and Love Lad comes away to score by 4 lengths. Canterbury second. Third placing Toby Bay made ground on the outside. In behind them Don't Bug Me. Further back in the field then came St. Florian. In behind them Ava's Legend, who knocked up. Then followed Golden Artist close to the inside with the Magnate, followed by Set for Gold. Back out of its ground then was Blue Lapel, followed by, to pull up there quickly over the line, Toby Bay pulled up. The grey Misty Ghost was back out of its ground, and one of the last in was Obsidian Blade. Stand by for the placings after race number 5 on the program here at Colac this afternoon. Well, Canterbury looked the winner with about 200 to go. It was going okay, but as soon as we said that, and now they're all set, ready for a start. Race number 6 on the program. Dr. Kildare, the inside runner. Christmas Lass next to it. Field settles. Ready at the 1600 metre mark. They're set and they're racing this time. A little bit slowly to begin there was Orbiter Quest, and bounding straight away Dr. Kildare leads. Christmas Lass settling down. They're followed by up on the outside then. In third placing came Woodbine Sunrise, transition the rails. Then Fox Spy handy early from Falcor Sir Mick. In behind them then Contraband Kid settling down into stride. Then our Saint, who's up along the inside. Further back in the field then over on the outside was Flying Jenica. A length and a half away then came Comic Opera, followed by going forward on the outside then was Orbiter Quest from the rear. Then came Contraband Kid, who's dropped right back now to second last. And last of all, as they go past the 1,000 metre mark, was Christmas Lass. 900 metres to go now down the side. Dr. Kildare's the leader. Over in the centre, Mulga Red joining it. Falcor's trapped out wide. Just in behind them, Woodbine Sunrise as they go past the 800 metre mark. Then Fox Spy transition. Further back in the field then, as they work their way off the back straight there, was back along the inside there, starting to make ground with Sir Mick. Mick. Then came Flying Jenica wider, followed by him behind them Our Saint. They're followed by Orbiter Quest back out of its ground. It's back near the rear along with Contraband Kid, and Comic Opera's now last of all. Prior to turning for home, Mulga Red has taken over in front. In second place out after it in the centre is Falcor. Then further back in the field, coming from a long way back, was Woodbine Sunrise. At the 200 metre mark, Falcor's grabbed the lead. It's racing away from Mulga Red. Further back then was Foxspine from a long way back, Sir Mick. It's Falcor in front. Sir Mick's out after it. Falcor is riding it hard. It's still 2 lengths in front of Sir Mick, and Falcor wins by 2. Sir Mick was second. Flying Jenica's come from well back to get third. In behind them then came Mulga Red to pull up. Then Woodbine Sunrise, followed by Contraband Kid, who made a bit of ground when it was all over. Likewise Christmas Lass. Then in behind them along the inside there came Fox Spy. Further back then in the field was Pescara Orbiter Saint. Well back out of its ground then Our Saint, followed by Flying Jenica, who pulled up quickly over the line with Dr. Kildare Comic Opera. And the last one in would have been pulling up quickly there, in fact, Contraband Kid. Stand by for placings and race. And Inviting Offer are the only 2 out behind the line. Once they move up, we'll be set for a start in the 7th event. Brown Borderer stands well with Fulfilment. Old Ali is ready. Sovereign Dagger is set with Marcus Decree. Sylvan Star has now moved in. And they're just about set for a start. Inviting Offer, the top weight, now moves in on the outside, and they're ready for a start. Race number 7 on the program, the January Handicap. Brandy For Mum a bit fractious in the stalls. Likewise, Little Pike or Brandy For Mum. It's getting up. The rider up on the side of the stalls there. That's rider P. Logan on Brandy For Mum. He'll climb back into the saddle again. The others are in and settled. Now, Brandy For Mum might have got over into the other stall here at the start. Yes, this one, Brandy For Mum. So, yeah, a little bit difficult to tell from here. It may have even got itself into the other stall. No, it appears okay now. Rider climbs back aboard Brandy For Mum. I was about to do so. And they'll be set for a start in race 7. So a bit of a delay here with Brandy For Mum playing up in the stalls, but again the rider gets back in the saddle. Now it looks a better line. 1,600 metres the journey. They're off and racing this time, winning the start. Fulfilment over towards the inside with Old Ali. Up in search of the lead too is Sovereign Dagger in the early stages. They're followed by just off the pace Opaque Star settling down, followed by in between runners Little Pike. Then Inviting Offer, Marcus Decree, followed by settling down into stride then Mercy Rain. Then Sylvan Star, who's over on the outside. They're followed by Brown Borderer. Further back in the field was Caledonia. Then a length and a half away then came Greatly Daring, and back at the rear of the field is Brandy For Mum. Along the back of the track they go towards the 1,000 metre mark. An Inviting Offer on the outside joins now Old Ali. They've cut on the pace, a length and a half in front then of in third placing Little Pike. Then came Sylvan Star, followed by further back then was All Neptune. They're followed by Marcus Decree the outside. Further back then, losing ground at the moment is Opaque Star, being past the inside there by Sovereign Dagger. They're followed by getting back out of its ground now Fulfilment, followed by well back as well. Prior to turning for home is Brown Borderer. In behind them then came Caledonia, a long way from them with Greatly Daring, and tailed off last of all in the field is Brandy For Mum. 400 metres to go prior to turning for home, and on the inside Old Ali, and on the outside is Inviting Offer. Just in behind them then came Sylvan Star, poised to pounce, then Little Pike, and further back then in the field came All Neptune. 200 metres to go, and out in the centre Sylvan Star with Inviting Offer joining in, and Old Ali battling back well on the inside. Old Ali and Sylvan Star. Sylvan Star in the centre's gone to the lead from Old Ali, and Sylvan Star will just hang on and win. Sylvan Star's just won. Caledonia has flown home to get second. Third, Give It To, back along the inside there, Old Ali maybe just in front of Marcus Decree. In behind them then to pull up would have been Sovereign Dagger. They're followed by further back then, midfield was Greatly Daring. In behind them, Fulfillment, followed by Brown Borderer. Then Mercy Rain, a Little Pike in behind them with Opaque Star. Second last, All Neptune, and last in was Brandy For Mum. That one's flown home. Caledonia. Sylvan Star. Number 7 is the winner. Number 7, Sylvan Star, is the winner. Moving in with Blazing Curves, and now they're set for a start. Rider climbs back aboard Great Sound. 1,600 metres the journey. Set now. Rider on Great Sound still adjusting the gear there. He's out of the saddle again. Now he's back in. Now they're set for a start. Blazing Curves, Morally Chosen, drawn out wide here with Miss Roscoe. Kiwi Groom is set. Inside runner Tahitian Lover. Next to it a bit fractious Gargan Law. A few of these a bit fractious at the stalls. Now they settle better. Ready for a start in the 8th event on the program. Starter on the platform, light about to go on. Now they settle. Ready, they're racing this time. Towards the inside there, Penang Doll was one of the best to bounce away with up-showing pace Gargan Law, Tahitian Lover. Driving up as well as Pleasant Switch in the early stages as they settle down into stride. Stupendo wide on the track making ground. In behind them then came Irish Ripper, the outside of Silver Astro. Then further back was Tahitian Lover dropping back on the rails. They're followed by further back in the field then. Off around the outside as they head down the back was Kiwi Groom with Clipper Red. Back in further back in the field then came Gargan Law getting back to midfield. Then came on his outside was Miss Roscoe, followed by up there as well as Clipper Red in that forward division. They're followed by further back in the field then. Back along the inside, back towards the rear was Great Sound. It's back out of its ground along with Morally Chosen second last and Irish Belief last of all. 700 to go. Down the side of the track they stride, and the leader on the inside there now is Pleasant Switch has taken over in front. On the outside, Stupendo joining it. Length and a half away then came Silver Astro, followed by Kiwi Groom. Then further back was Penang Doll, the rails. Further back then starting a run was Clipper Red from a long way back, and at the head of the rest as they're about to round the home turn was Tahitian Lover. Around the home turn they're about to swing, and the grey Stupendo's taken over in front. In second placing out after it is Silver Astro on the outside, and then further back was Penang Doll and Tahitian Lover, the rails. In the straight, Stupendo's being grabbed now by Silver Astro on the outside. Silver Astro raced up and grabbed the lead. Penang Doll's trying to go with it. Silver Astro's in front. Penang Doll trying hard, but Silver Astro wins. Penang Doll half a length away second. Third up on the outside. Give It To Great Sound just in front of Irish Belief. Then further back was Tahitian Lover. Stupendo in behind them then to pull up was Clipper Red. Morally Chosen then. There followed by further back then was Miss Roscoe. Knocking up Pleasant Switch, followed by Gargan Law. Irish Ripper dropped out of it with Blazing Curves, and last in was Kiwi Groom. Placing's about to come up on the 8th event on the program here at Colac. Numbers about to go on the frame. You'll find that the top weight here up. Zano will be the last one to join the line. Right, thanks again, Glenn. Yes, the runners filling the stalls fast. Just as you cross, one's dug the heels in, Zano, and won't move in. Always the way. It's being led forward now, and that completes the line. Favourite here would be Our Victory March ahead of Spirit of Corone Prince Boa. Now they're all in. Set for race number 9, the Distance Improvers Handicap. Ready and racing in the second last. Down near the inside, Dan Shari, Tur Silver and Jack in the box showing pace. Classy Sun up on the pace as well with Prince Boa in the early stages. Spirit of Carome whipping around the outside from Zano. Then further back in the field came Our Victory March. Over on the outside, Flash Money. A length and a half away, then back in the field came Sir Clint as they go over towards the back of the track. They're followed by further back, a length and a half away was Brutus. It's back towards the rear along with Rare Drop getting back out of its ground as well. Along the back they go towards about the 1,000-metre mark, and Jack in the Box, it is the leader. In second placing up on the outside is Spirit of Carome. Length and a half away third, Dan Shari from Prince Bower on the outside. Then Tur Silver being passed by Flash Money. Further back in the field, then back along the inside, losing ground now is Zano. They're followed by Sir Clint improving the outside, followed by Our Victory March on the rails. Then further back was Rare Drop, followed by Brutus, and Classy Sun dropped out to last of all. 600 to go down the side. Jack in the Box on the inside is in front. Spirit of Carome's joined it. Then came Prince Bower, followed by Dan Shari. Further back then was Zano the rails. Then Flash Money, Tur Silver, and further back then was Sir Clint. 400 metres to go on the home turn. And Spirit of Carome has raced to the lead now out in the centre from Jack in the Box nearer the inside. Then further back came Dan Shari coming home fairly. Spirit of Carome raced to the lead at the 200-metre mark, got three in front of Dan Shari. Further back Jack in the Box and Classy Sun from a long way back with Tur Silver gobbling up ground. It's Spirit of Carome in front. Tur Silver coming at it. Tur Silver got up on the line to blouse Spirit of Carome. Dan Shari in the centre. They're followed by out wide Our Victory March, who made ground. Further back then came Zano, Prince Boa, Sir Clint. In behind them, Jack in the Box, Classy Sun. Rare Drop was back out of its ground with Brutus and Flash Money. Stand by for the placings on race number 9. Numbers will be up in a moment. With a strong run down the outside. Move in for the running of the final event on the program. Out behind the line, Noble Miango at the moment with Rough Nut. Also out of line is Decree, about to be led up into line there. It's one out behind the line at the moment is Samada, or that's set now. Blackton Boy is ready. I'm giving a little bit of trouble at the moment there at the stalls. So we're about to move in well for the final event on the program. Not too sure where our feedback's coming from here. Race 10, the last, the Progressive. Rough Nut still out of line. Moving up for the last. Final event this afternoon. Just about set. Rousseau Tricks has taken its spot in the stalls. They're just about set for the last on the program. And they're racing here in the last event on the program. Down near the inside, Trendy Tony was one of the best to begin with. Rough Nut showing pace up on the outside, and Rough Nut leads. Decree settling down second, followed by Trendy Tony. Then further back as they work out of the straight was Realm Boy, followed by out off the track then as they work their way towards the back was Currajong Lady. They're followed by further back then as they work their way to the back was Bubbles Away on the rails. Then came further back in the field as they head their way towards the back, and the last was Tastefully Out. It's getting back out of its ground with Rousseau Tricks, who's back towards the rear. Noble Miango, Zamada, and bringing up the rear of the field there would be Blackton Boyle. On the back they head. And the leader is Rough Nut. In second placing back along the inside came Decree. Pulling its way up on the outside then came Trendy Tony to third. They're followed by the rails then was Realm Boy as they worked their way down the back. Over on the outside then came Blackton Boy, followed by him behind them was Rousseau Tricks. They're followed by a length and a half away. Then in the field came Tastefully Ours, who's got back to midfield. Then Noble Miango, followed by in behind them then was Ria Linda. A good gap back in the field then